Hello, sir. Come here, sir. Oh, I'll explain that in a second. This is one of Jay's kitties. We share kitties, though, right? We share ownership. Hi, dolls. Welcome back. And if you are new, hello, my name is Jessie. This is Soundwise Gamgee. And today we are going to react to The Legend of the Voices of the Legend of Vox Machina. Sammy is doing his job at being a great cat. Why, you may ask? Well, because Jay and I found out we have COVID. We both went into our rooms with excruciating headaches and did not come out the entire day. And then the next morning came out and we're like, I had a terrible headache at the same time. And we were like, wait, you too? And neither of us realized that the other didn't come out of their room because we were both in our rooms. And so I had some at-home COVID tests, and I took one, and I'm actually getting more in the mail today, so we can confirm for sure that Jay has it. But it's the exact same symptoms as mine, only not as severe, and mine came up immediately, came up positive. So here I am. I'm not at all trying to make a joke out of COVID. It is 1000% not a joke. I laugh when I'm uncomfortable and when I also don't know what else to say. There we go again. I am not feeling as terrible as I did the first night. I'm talking like the most excruciating headache I've ever had in my entire life. I thought it was a migraine, but I've never gotten a migraine before. I could not have light on me. I could not have sound too loud. I was basically just burrowed in my bed in darkness, wishing it would be over. And yesterday I actually felt a lot better. I was just really tired. Today I feel about the same. I'm just very, very congested and very, very tired, and my head hurts a little. I fortunately I am vaccinated, so I think that is why I'm not completely bedridden right now. I am very, very fortunate that I feel like this. And that I am able to get up and move and go into the other room and sit and watch something, because I'm telling you, this morning I couldn't. It was hard. But yeah, so my heart goes out to everybody that is fighting this. And thank you, Critical Role, for giving us material and things like this to kind of take us out of the chaotic world that we're in and be immersed into yours, and kind of distract us from the insanity that is our life sometimes. But yeah, I just figured I should say something about why I sound like I have 1,000 pounds of, I don't want to get gross, in my nose. Jay's vaccinated as well, and he has some body aches and pains, but aside from that, he has like barely any symptoms. He's even working. Like, luckily our family business allows us to not have contact with people. He's a boss ass bitch, that one. But I need to finish the last 3 Legends of videos before Vox Machina comes out. I heard that it's supposed to come out today, which is awesome because I thought it was supposed to come out on Friday. And typically when things drop at 12 on Friday for us, where I'm in New Jersey, it doesn't come out until 3 a.m. It's like a reverse effect for me now because it's dropping at midnight somewhere else and early for us, which is great. So I need to finish these 3 videos. I also needed to just get out of my room and keep breathing the same air. So this is good for me. So let's jump in. But before we do, don't forget to throw a like or dislike if you do or do not like what you see. But comment down below, let me know why. Subscribe if you have not yet. We do fun things here. Ring-a-ling-a-ling, the bell to be notified when I upload new videos. And don't forget to check the link down in the description for my Patreon. It is $5 a month. It's only $1.25 a week. It has all of my unedited reactions of everything that I do on YouTube. In addition to more, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at @star_chef_productions. But without further ado, this is my official reaction to The Legend of the Voices of the Legend of Vox Machina. I'm trying to get the lighting right. It's so weird. There's so much light coming through the window that I feel like I look so dark. It's fine. Let's go.
These episodes are just like the pure essence of the characters and what we did together.
It's a project unlike anything I've ever seen before.
It's so weird that it's happening, but it's so cool.
I'm getting impatient for the final thing to get done just so people can see it and be as excited about it as we are.
Your minds are gonna be blown, y'all.
I'm excited for this one. I love voice acting. I think it's so unique.
As a
and
person
so
that has been a
interesting.
lifelong fan of cartoons, it's kind of been a dream to work on one from a production standpoint, let alone from a voiceover standpoint. And now to kind of marry them all together and have it be based on something that I kind of made up is crazy.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the creators of this property are professional voice actors, and seeing them working on their own disparate projects is cool, but seeing them all in one room together, it's so good.
We are just a group of high-key nerds, but we also happen to be, good at what we do. It's like we're
love
craftsmen
how,
who make
like,
tables,
mellow
except
and
we
Lou.
are great with voice work, and now
We're just a group
just
of
endless
high-key
improv with
nerds,
each
but
other.
we're good at what
Voice
we do.
acting as a character that I created in a show that I helped create. It's both the end of a long voice acting journey and also the beginning of a new voice acting journey.
Give us a couple, rolling on 45.
Finding a director for this project was challenging, partially because we have very good directors as part of our cast who do phenomenal work, but we all also understood that we wanted somebody outside of the room who could make us better than we could be on our own.
It was a very short list, and at the top of it, of course, was our good friend, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn.
I've been directing all of these amazing actors for years. For me, creativity comes with trust, and I think we all trust each other enough to help bring out the best.
That's
in
literally
each
what
other,
it
and
is,
there's enough
it's
respect
trust.
there to make sure that this collaborative area is safe.
Beyond all of us just personally loving Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, you may remember her as Zara back in Campaign 1.
On top of just coming and doing, guest episodes for us, she actually watched the series. She would text us during the game and be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that just happened." So she knows who our characters are and she knows where they're going.
We didn't have to give her any kind of information download. She knows it and is part of it.
Those few episodes that I actually got to go on as Zara in Critical Role changed my life.
She
It
looks
changed
like
my
she's like
perspective
dreaming about it as she
on
looks off.
so many
like,
things, and it taught me how important storytelling was.
It's been amazing watching her come into each one of the sessions, settle us down, get our minds in the right space for where
Settle
the
us
episode
down.
is, and then just step back with her baton and just start to conduct the symphony of idiots that's in there.
When we started this whole
Symphony of
thing,
Idiots.
playing tabletop around Matt's dining room table, we were all gathered together, the 8 of us, in a room face to face. And now recording the cartoon, we are all 8 of us in
I
a
was
room
just gonna
together,
say, they're
and
all
we are
in the same
creating a
recording
story
booth.
together,
It's-
just us 8
you don't
friends.
usually see that
Everybody
many,
at
I
a mic
feel.
in one room, and that energy was electric.
You usually see them like separate or like they do it
Stepping into that
individually.
booth the first time was obviously very, very exciting. I think all of us were like, is this a joke? Is someone like pulling a prank on us? We were giddy with excitement.
The joy and elation that was in that room was something that still is carried through every aspect of this process.
The energy in the room when we're recording is just like it was in those early days when we were making each other laugh, cracking each other up, laughing at each other's mistakes and flubs.
It's an interesting, strange mix between extremely professional and a very filthy preschool where everyone's swearing all the
Very
time.
filthy breeze.
You know, we've all been in the
Like
booth with each other in
tearing up.
various ways in the past anyway, but
Like, they
it's
look like they're just
so
having so much
different
fun.
when it's something that you've created.
I've never been part of a show where the main cast were also more or less producers, so we have an intense amount of control with what happens.
So the challenge for me with this was to distance them all from that and have them all be in the moment in the studio and just to let them run with it.
Mary is so in tune with the actors.
Give us one more version that's got a little of that Scanlon bounce, less earnest.
She knows exactly how to get us out of the comfort zones of our character which I think is important. We know these characters so well that I think sometimes that can get in our own way.
Having her ideas and her overall creative view and lathering that in with ours has helped us elevate our performances and bring it to the best version of it can be.
3, 2, 1.
Not all animation allows actors to record in group settings, but it
Right. you usually see it
invariably gives
individually.
a more nuanced performance and also provides a better opportunity for chemistry to happen in the group.
We'd all been imagining it, and it was just as much fun and inspiring and beautiful a thing as we thought it would be.
Lightning in a fucking bottle just happening every time we got in the studio.
That was just the greatest thing ever. And we got to do it a couple times.
And then the pandemic hit.
And then everything, of course, fell apart everywhere.
Exhibit I know.
Okay, so this is where I have been doing my twinning.
Recording studio. This is legit.
This is where the magic happens.
Oh my gosh, do
We
they
found
have
that we
Funko
quickly had to go
Pops?
remote, just like everyone
I wanna
else.
get some of
Now we
this
do
for
everything on
Jay.
Zoom through either Source Connect or IPDTL.
For us on the voiceover side, we were partially prepared for that. Most of us have some kind of a rig set up at home so that we can audition.
I mean, I personally had put off trying to make a good home booth for myself for years, but then suddenly, like, the world shut down, and it's funny what a little panic will do as an incentive.
I had to completely re-overhaul my office in the period of a couple weeks to make it a studio.
We tried to find the area of our house that was most insulated, something that didn't share an exterior wall, and for us that was our closet and our bedroom. It already works because
like,
most
made
of the
little
clothes in your
sound
closet
rooms.
act as a natural dampener.
Once more into the darkness. It was definitely hard not to feel concerned that we might be losing a piece of the magic by having to switch to a remote recording session.
I think they're
I
all
really
so
miss
connected that
being able to do it all
it's-
together.
I
But
don't
thankfully,
think
a
it
lot of
would
us
matter,
came up
though.
in video games,
it-
so we're used to the solo recording experience, and a lot of us can still deliver at the top of our game without having
I love their
other people
facial
there to play off of.
expressions.
We record each individual
It's like they're
actor from
putting their whole
home,
body
usually
into
one at a
it.
time, but sometimes 2 or 3 people can record together via the magic of online communication.
So if there are scenes where you really want that more conversational dynamic between 2 actors, we've done sessions where Liam will stay on the Zoom call with me and he is reading his lines. That way Keyleth sounds the most genuine in her response to him.
Even though we're separate, there are some positives to it.
Since we're recording individually remotely from different locations, we can talk over each other all we want. And it's getting picked up on 2 separate mics and the audio is totally clean.
Don't
You can
forget to
have
love
a
each
little bit
other.
more of
I
a
keep
natural
seeing
read
everyone say
almost.
that.
What did I say? It's not like I suggested we take a bath together or something.
What? So you get a much more fun time with improvisation and laughing and reacting, and it's live and it's real. So I see that as one of the great silver linings of having to do everything at home.
The other thing it sort of affords us is we get to go back and fix anything that we think is bad. So like Liam will watch an episode of the show and be like, ooh, I wish I could redo that line. And we're like, hey, guess what? You can. You own a microphone, go record it.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I can potentially spend 10
like,
minutes
yeah,
on a
like,
single
pick
line
apart
doing
every
15
single thing.
takes because I just want to make sure that it's perfect, and we're always our own worst critic.
It's turned a lot of really good scenes into excellent scenes.
We've all been forced to readjust, but we've all taken that challenge.
Normally in a project like this, you're kind of in the dark about things, but we all know what we're doing, what everybody else is capable of.
It also helps that we've played these characters a zillion times.
Performance-wise, I don't know if it has affected anything other than me just consciously knowing that I'm in a closet.
It's weird to say it doesn't feel that different.
We've adjusted, because what else can you do?
Thankfully, we do still have table reads, so we still get to like read it together before we record. I kind of miss being able to go and engage with the development teams and the artists in person and kind of have that around the table, designer meetings throughout the week, and it's all just Zoom screens now.
I think one of the most rewarding things for us has been casting and recording these characters that we have enjoyed and loved coming out of Matthew Mercer's mouth, but obviously because of reasons, we need to find new voices for them.
I still want to hold on to some characters that I feel a connection with. So I am excited to be coming in as Silas Briarwood. Beyond that, popping up here and there is all sorts of random characters and NPCs in the world.
There will definitely be some voices you will not be surprised to hear. Can't talk about so many things yet, but it's going to be great.
When it comes right down to it, we love acting with our voices, whether it's in radio commercials or video games or our own animated series.
trying to read
so
the
you
mighty
can bet
what?
that we put our heart and soul into every recording of every line.
It's crazy that we've got to make this amazing show that I cannot wait for people to see in little pods all by ourselves.
It's still coming together just much more slowly, and it still sounds so good.
Look, every project has love behind it, and I know that you can feel it. But there's something special about this. There's something special about this group.
Is.
The epic level of this show, I think, is going to
again, and I
blow
don't even know.
people away. It was what we were hoping for, and then we quickly realized that even we had to raise our level of expectation because we can.
We want this to be a love letter to all the people that supported us through all this time and made all of this possible.
I'm a critter too, so I'm as much of a fan as you guys are. So I think you're just gonna love it.
I can't wait for people to see it. It's so cool.
Everything that's being brought to the table performance-wise is going to level people.
There have been challenges, but I think we've all kind of risen to the task of making sure that it didn't prevent us from making this the best show we could make it.
I know it's been a long wait for the fans. Trust me, it's worth it.
I'm so excited. Oh. I can only imagine
Fan as you guys
how
are.
you all feel, because if I'm this amped up and excited. All right, so there you have it. The Legend of the Voices of the Legend of Vox Machina. And I'm legitimately tearing up. Like, I know I just told y'all that I'm sick, but I can also get very emotional about certain things. And you just can feel this energy. It's insane. I mean, and also to have all of these people, every single video that, this is the fourth one now, every single video that we have watched has somebody that's working on the show who's like, I was a fan. I watched this campaign. I loved this character. You could see they're just fanning over this freaking show like crazy. And it's getting me so amped up and so excited. I am so excited. I can only imagine how all of the critters must feel. I know that you all told me that I am a critter now too. But I cannot imagine how you all must feel, because it's just, oh my gosh, like, I'm so excited. And I've just found out about this like a few weeks ago. You've been waiting for this for forever. So I'm so excited to dive into this world and get into the mix of everything. It's really interesting how they incorporated everybody into the one sound box, because I was thinking to myself, you don't usually see that. You usually see everybody individually separated, but the energy, it really is magic for them to be together and be around that. I think it's really interesting. I think it was Laura who said that she does the same line over and over, and I think it showed her do it like 17 times, 17 takes, where she's like, we know these characters so well, we can sometimes be our own worst enemies. I think it's good that you have fans of the show working on the show with them, because it's like what they were saying in I think it was the design, where they were like, he knows Tom, I think it was, I could be wrong. He knows the character better than I do. He knows certain things in the world better than I do, that I don't remember them the same way. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. It's kind of similar to what she's saying, where it's like, you are the character, sure, but you have this fan who's been studying every single piece of work that you have done, that is obsessed with it, that knows it down pat to a T, who can give you such brilliant advice on how to go about certain things or how to do things differently. Like, you might think it's good to go this way, but they might have a completely different idea to go another way, and that might work for you. Everybody's different. Everybody's minds and brains work differently. Everybody sees things in a different way. A picture's worth 1,000 words, they say, right? And so it's so amazing to have all these people that just cherish your work so much, and to hear their take and their input on it, to mold this perfect thing. And just, this energized me. I'm not gonna lie, I was excited to come in and watch this, but I was like sluggish because I'm not feeling good. And now I'm like, woo! Like, I feel like I just like chugged a freaking espresso or something. I'm so excited. I need 2 things answered if you could do that for me in the comments. 1, I want to know if there are Funko Pops of these and where you can buy merch from them. Now, I know you could always find things on Amazon or Walmart or, wherever it may be, but typically I go to Etsy because it's all fan-made things. It's all small businesses. It's all small creators that are actually putting in the work into this. It's not like big factory-made things. So, or I'll go right to the main site if they have a main site. I haven't looked yet, so maybe they do, but I feel like you would know better, critters. So please point me in the right direction of where I can appropriately purchase some merch. Like if they have the Funko Pops. I have my Winona Earp. I don't know if y'all watch Winona Earp. Oh, love it. Somebody actually mailed that to me, one of my Patreon supporters. I love it so much. If they have Funkos and where I can appropriately buy the fan merch, if they have like a main site where I could go about doing that, because I like giving my money to the actual creators, not the big companies that just factory push out a bunch of crap that isn't of actual quality. And 2, what is on the shirt? I keep noticing Matt, I think it's Matt, had a shirt on. Yeah, it was Matt, and then someone else had it on. So here's Matt, the Mighty something. I keep thinking of the Mighty Mighty Bosstones, and I'm like, I know it's not that. I also love this. I know a lot of you are saying in the comments, don't forget to love each other. I like this one. This is a really nice shirt. Where is it? I need to learn all their names. I have Laura, Ashley, Sam, and Matt. I don't know who this is. I know Laura is the one with the long dark hair. Ashley is the one that always wears the beanies because I'm obsessed with beanies and I love. Oh, and someone else pointed out in the comments that she's from Growing Pains. She's Chrissy Seaver from Growing. I've all of you were like, oh, she's in The Last of Us, and I'm like, yeah, it's the face though. It's the face that I know. And it's freaking Chrissy Seaver from Growing Pains. The second someone said it, I'm like, that's it. So that just blew my mind. Ashley, I know Laura. I, of course, know Matt. And Sam Scanlon, because I'm really excited to see his character. He looks like really, really interesting. But the other ones I need to learn. So I'm not sure who this name is, but the Mighty Nine. Now I can see it better. The Mighty Nine. So I what is that? I want to know what that is. But, oh, I'm so excited. So we have 2 more left. Hopefully I will have the endurance to do them and be able to watch the show later. But you know what I'm going to do? I've been marathoning through this show Generation on HBO because I heard it was really good, and it is really good, but I'm actually on the finale. And so I need something else to marathon through. So now I'm going to start the 3rd campaign. That's what I'm going to do in about an hour. I will start the 3rd campaign and go from there because I need to be immersed somewhat into this world like now. Everyone throw a like or dislike if you do not like what you see, but comment down below, let me know, subscribe if you have not yet. We do fun things here. Ring a link the bell to be notified when I upload new videos. Don't forget to check the link down in the description for my Patreon. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at @star_chef_productions. But that is it. So long, everyone. Try and make someone smile today. You never know when you might need it next. Bye.